thank you to our 3 sponsors for supporting our podcast. Johnny Russell's Art Caterers and Milltown Pies, who offer fantastic catering services, Alexander Grace Law, who provide modern and client-led legal services, and SPE Furnishings, who offer high-quality furnishings and electrical items at fantastic prices. We always have a good chat when we're at the cricket, but
we do. Well, we'll have to wait till this COVID. This morning, We'll get within 4 yards here.
Ordered! Send more house to save the house! Come on, the house!
Really interesting. Just tell us about your experience with Prabhakar, because I'm with you. You know,
I didn't like it. He thought, no, I didn't. I probably didn't play my best with Prabhakar because I don't know. Well, you know what he was like, Jay. Somebody turn up, he scratched the ball. If he didn't hit the wickets, he weren't going to get an LB unless they really edged it. He weren't going to get a caught behind. Am I right, Jay?
Yeah, no, you're right.
But what a ball! I mean, I think he sub-pro'd for us against Enfield, and we signed him on that basis. I can remember him. I can remember that one. He was unbelievable because he was the first Test bowler to bowl the slower ball. He invented it.
Yeah.
He was unbelievable. His arm come over. I mean, I can remember one of the Enfield batters. He bowled his slower ball at him, and he must have had 3 goals at it.
Yeah.
And then missed it, and it didn't bowled it.
But he pro'd for us, Brian, in '91, I think it was.
Was it? Right. Yeah.
Arguably best all-rounder at world when we had him, weren't it?
Yeah, he only bowled when he wanted to bowl, Matthew. He only put it in when he want. Some days he couldn't be bothered. And if a wicket were a bit dodgy, he didn't want to know. He wouldn't bat. He tried to hit everything because he could bat.
Yeah.
He could bat, couldn't he, Jez?
Yeah, he was a fantastic cricketer. Because you remember Mansour. You know, what a great player he was.
He was good. I'll tell you what, he's probably one of the best all-rounders I've played with.
Yeah.
But first player I remember Mansour.
Yeah. The best all-rounder, I think. I mean, it's my opinion. With a lot of good ones, there were Dodders, Armanath.
Yeah, without a doubt, yeah.
He went at roughly 2.5 and over, and there were 8 ball overs. How many years did he play for us? 2 and 1? I can't remember. Can you? I don't know.
Yeah, I can find out for you.
He went for 2. He went for 2.5 and over. 8 ball overs. Didn't get many. He was very difficult to score on. Really. Man at match in the 1983 Cup final. Yeah. In fact, in Curtie played it. In fact, I have a photo somewhere in middle of our Wendy. She was 10. Right? The World Cup medal round in it. Curtie put it in the net and took a photo of it. So they always say to her, hey, you're very honoured there, you know. So,
I mean, Armanath had 4 years with us.
Yeah. Right. I can't remember, yeah.
77, 78, 18, 81.
Yeah. As I say, they all blend into, because I played with that many. They all
of course.
Dates-wise, I'm done so bad. So, you know.
Oh, you've done really well, Brian. What's you could, like you said, Amanath was so steady, and he would, he'd win you games. His bowling was just phenomenal. Then he'd get you the runs when he needed, but not flamboyant. What's your memories around when Curtie was the pro for those 3 years?
Good. I like Curtie.
Yeah,
good. He weren't as good. I mean, I think it's semi-final. I went on to watch that, the semi-final against England, and they bowled both of them.
Yeah, that's right.
Both, yeah. They definitely got both of them. Jimmy got man at match in final.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've had Curtie on the podcast. We've had him. We chatted through a few things with him, and he was such a frustrating type of fella, weren't he? His first year was young and naive. His second year, when all the pros, top pros were in the league, and he got
oh, they were brilliant.
1,160 odd runs, and then
I remember him flat batting Madassa straight. It was like I can't explain the shot, and it went straight into trees. I mean, it was unbelievable. It was just like that, boom, just like that, like a punch. And it, honestly, incredible. I mean, he had record for sixes, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
You remember the shoot off at Colne between him and Collis King?
Yeah.
He got 87.
Yeah.
100 and odd plus, but biggest hit by John Hartley. It went straight, not at the bowling green end, the other way. It went over the fence. You know how it goes up at back? Yeah. It went into the garden. Yeah. Massive hit. Massive hit. Talk about him, he was a good all-rounder with John Hartley.
Yeah.
I'll just touch on the 1980 Cup final.
Yeah, go on, Brian. Tell us what happened there.
1980 Cup final, when we were a bit naive, well, Lofty were a bit naive when they did us up like a kipper. We obviously didn't finish the innings.
The build-up, Brian, can you remember the build-up to the game and what it was like going to that game?
Oh, it was fab. We never seen out like it. I can remember they took a photo of each side in front of the banner, Martini advertising winners. So what we did, we let it down. It was like folded up, everybody to take it folders up, and then you get another one took. We let the damn, something like this down, and then take it to winners. So on photos, it had bloody winners on it. We're funny with that. And he lost a score at Swartwood Floor, Gooden. What they did, obviously, they didn't. I think they had 9 and 10 batting. 9 and 10 batting when we to come off because of rain. Yeah. So we gets there, we bought a lot, big crowd, week after. Lo and behold, the run-ups are cut with covers on them, and the outfield hadn't been touched. And there was nothing on the wicket.
Yeah.
I know we struggled. Why I'm telling you this, we struggled. John Hartley got a 50, if I remember rightly. And obviously we were all short and they won it. But we played them 2 weeks later, Jez.
Yeah.
Right, at home.
Yeah.
And we beat them by 10 wickets.
Yeah.
We beat them because I got a decent score. And I think we're 59 for 1. I carried me back. They only got 130 odd. And John Hartley, and it a very quick 50. I don't know if he got 50 or not. I ended up with an all out. It was about 2 weeks later that, Jez.
Right.
I don't know exact score, but we beat them with 9 wickets. So we beat them with 9 wickets. And we made a point of cutting grass.
Yeah.
We got pointed out to them. We said, yeah, cutting grass. They weren't happy, but...
Because
I've rather got beat with, but one Martini Cup, as it were. Yeah.
Absolutely, because Shez mentioned when he was on the podcast, me and him were told we had to play for 13 game went ahead. So, but there was literally thousands of people on that game, weren't there?
Well, you should have turned round, after it going, they all said, our committee said, right, this is what you do. Tell them we're not going on, we're not playing, right? So after this, then it was headquarters then, weren't it? They ruled the roost in East Lane.
Yeah.
So they said, right, don't go out, we'll give them the cup.
Right.
But what they didn't realise is, and it were wise after the event, they'd have to give everybody the money back. They'd have had to like refund everybody.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it weren't a complete match.
Right.
But Loft did it, I'd have done the same. When they said, well, you go out now, it was something like that. You go out now, or you forfeit the match.
Yeah.
So we did his best, but obviously, Peter Swart bowling on a uncovered wicket, and run-ups were born out.
Yeah, and Swart got 52 for 6 off his 18 overs. But it must have been a great occasion, that, Brian. That the first final in the cup.
It were good to get to a final. Yeah. But like I say, all things being equal, we could have won that. And in is it 81? We haven't great. We should have won league. We just didn't know how to win, Jess.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because we'd won now.
Yeah, that's a common theme. That's what's been said previously, and thankfully
We should have learned how. We never learned how to win.
Yeah, that Buffalo's off our back now.
Season, we didn't lose it. I think next at last match, Alan Holding on a shirt fronter on the wickets, but we got Burnley out for 104 on turf on one at a cracking batting wicket.
Yeah.
Right? And we ended up 96 all out.
Right.
And we led to his own downfall. It was one of these. Well, if he don't get them, somebody else will get this 96. It was shirt fronter. I think, and that cost us the league. To me, that did cost us the league.
Yeah.
In my opinion. We'd have won that, we'd have been home and dry. It'd have been us. It was them that'd have to get. Rottenstoller had to get 5 points. Not us, but that's how it worked out.
Yeah, but Burnley got 113 and we were 88 all out.
Yeah, I can't remember the scores. I know they didn't get a big. I did love to get some wickets.
Yeah, 47 for 4. Yeah.
Yeah, I know he bowled well that day. But I say it was a cracking batting wicket. When they won, I thought I'm going to be chasing a big. Obviously they elected to bat. I think. Don't know. We might have put them in. We should have won that.
I'll tell you what, Brian, I hope my memory's as good as yours, remembering stuff like that. Yeah, they did win toss and they battered crikey. And that's 30.
I just assume that. I assume that.
Yeah.
I'll just tell you I don't know. I'll just tell one more funny story. Well, I'll go on to slip fielding. Two best fields I've ever seen was Joe Holland, my era, and Lofty, obviously. Two totally different types of slip. I know Joe was an he could have read a batter. I'm not being funny. He'd say to me, he went first slip, he'd say, look, he's just turning, and you know what I mean? He went back up. I'll just go, you come a bit this way, Brian, and I'll just go your. Hey, lo and behold, straight to him. Never died, you never saw Joe die. You were waiting for it. And he was a big horse racing fan, and he used to come out to field with racing posts in his pocket. Right? And listen, right? And he'd say, between, I fancy this, I'm going to have this. And he had a mate that used to come on, right? They'd be changing over, and he'd run to boundary edge and put a bet on. He'd put a bet on, right? He said, "I'm just, and put a racing postman back in position in slips." Yeah, incredible. Anyway, me and Joe Holland were playing at East Lancs at the headquarters. They were always dressed smart. China cups, everything was set out, and Joe says we were batting. So he says, "Hey, tea's here. Are you a bit hungry?" So he went to there. They were all covered up. The tea were covered up. So he lifts it up, and there are these little bite-sized batties, right? So he said, threw me one. So he whopped it. So we ate the lot. I'm not true. We ate the lot. Put the cover back, but he missed one. Anyway, so he comes in, lifts the cover up, there's one pie there left. And Joe leans over, picks it up and said, "I'm not leaving that." And they all looked at him. They all looked at him. We demolished. I mean, only a mouthful. But we ate theirs. It took. I mean, in them days, it was funny, absolutely lost a lot, Joe. How to keep his friend. Yeah. Character, absolute character. I'll tell you what. That day I got 27. He got 70 odd against Holding, Michael Holding, not Michael Holding, Dennis Liller. Sorry. I needed, he come in at number 3. Did he bat well? He used to, his line of defence were, it looked like he used to turn his arse towards ball like that and let it hit it. His arse must have been black and blue. Honest, that's how he used to like. He never let it. He used to go, carry on. Honest. But you don't get 70 odd again, Lily. And, no, because he was sharp. That would say, I said that would that'd be 71 when he did that. Yeah, character. I mean, I think Lofty holds the record for catches, doesn't it? 6 catches in different positions, or 5 catches, 2 each slips and 3 other positions. He can't get a collection. He caught 5, but he didn't get a collection, which I thought was a bit harsh. We got calm with that. Did you play that, Mike?
Yeah, I did, yeah. Yeah, I remember it, yeah.
They were in different positions, weren't it? Wherever it all followed it.
They were like 80 odd for 4 and then 240, so we're all on boundary edge, and he caught 3 on boundary edge.
Right. I can't remember how we did it. I know he got 5 catches.
Yeah, 1987.
Yeah.
Yeah, he holds a record with Mark Griffin from Hazy and Rottenstall and Peter Nicholson, who played at Bay Cup.
Yeah, Pete Nick. He was wicket. He was captain for a bit with Pete Nicholson, and he kept wicket, didn't he?
6 catches in the game.
Yeah, I've done 6. But that's in one game. That's my record.
Yeah.
6 did stump many, but 6 in a game. I don't know against, but
against Haslingden.
Yeah, how's it?
1986.
First 3, last 3.
Yep, that's
I've
right.
got it here on a note thing. First 3, last 3. In case you asked it me. I wouldn't have remembered if I hadn't. I know I've got 6. I don't know what year.
86.
80. Yeah, I have mid-80s. Yeah, on my little note.
Hmm.
Anything else on your little notes, Brian? We need more off you.
Oh, blinking heck, I'm sweating here. Bedtime is this. Sweating. I've been interrogated. That is Starport.
Anything else?
What else have I got? In 1976,
Right.
I was looking for something for hand-eye coordination to keep me fit. So I gave up football, which obviously was a goalkeeper, and played squash. Started to get coached at squash.
Yeah.
Quite reasonable at it.
Yeah.
I've never known a game. I've said that to you for hand-eye coordination and keeping yourself fit. It was brilliant. I mean, I played for Trinity. Went from Holy Trinity to Trinity. I started with when I'll go back to Jack Whittam. We were playing one match up at we were in Sunday School League. Jack would be about 18, 19, so I would. And we won 14-0. Jack got 9, right?
Yeah.
So we're going off the chain, and we noticed 2 blokes watching in tracksuits, halfway line, watching match. So we go to the changing room. They calls Jack over. I said, who were they about? He said, it's Alan Brown, Sheffield Wednesday manager. He said, he wants me to go for a trial next week. I said, you Joe? He said, no. I thought you weren't taking. I said, no. He said, it's right. So he has trial. Anyway, we used to have a meeting on Friday night before we played football. He said, sorry, I can't play. I've signed on. He said, I haven't to play any amateur football. Anyway, he went, obviously, got it first team. We were very injured pro. He used to get his leg hurt. And anyway, Liverpool, you can check out, Liverpool bought him.
Right.
Liverpool, right? And I think his claim to fame were again United, Liverpool again, Manchester United beating Liverpool 3-0, and he come on and got an hat-trick. So he obviously a decent footballer. And then he went and bought an hotel. I still keep in contact with him. He's give it up now, but he had an hotel in Sheffield. He went back to Sheffield. I went to it. I mean, we're all good friends. I went to his wedding at Gibbon Bridge. Still married to the same woman, Josie. I just FaceTime him now and again. You know, all the going off.
His granddad won the Victoria Cross. I was reading about him. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that was his granddad. He came over to open school.
Thomas Whittam, yeah.
Yeah, Thomas Whittam. Well, that was his granddad. And he was only living relatives, so they got him to open when it opened that year. And I didn't know, else I'd have gone and met him. You know, yeah, good lad. I know, just off the subject of it there.
Oh, it's good. It's good history.
Just going, I mean, I don't want to blow my own foot. I have had 100, and it was in when Robertson were pro at Burnley, I don't know whether you're able to remember this, there was an aircraft crashed and a load of people from Padiham got killed in it and a few from Burnley. So I gets a phone call from Norman McLeod, which obviously McLeod's dad. He says, we want to raise some money for would you like to play? We're putting a team together to play Burnley, who he was pro with Robertson. I said, yeah. Anyway, the Dave Clarkson was there, Bobby Entwistle, and I opened, anybody could have opened, I opened with Bobby Entwistle. Anyway, Bobby gets out for about 30, then me and Ian Clarkson put nearly 190 on for a second week. And he was saying, like, you had to get out. You know, when I got to 50, we were like, get out. So I thought, right, well, I weren't changing my game. I hit bloody tried to hit everything. So, and it come off. So when I got in 80s, they said, like, whoa, try and get 100 now. Anyway, we beat the main Clarkson, really clobbered them that day. So, yes, I have had an 100 on turf, but never had one at Lancashire League. I've never had a 50 at Burnley. We've had 50 on, and Burnley's one of them. I'd love to 40s, but not 50.
I think that's the only ground, isn't it, Brian? That's the only ground you've not had a 50 on.
God, is it? But no, I thought of a few more.
All right, I thought that was the only one.
Well, I've had 50 at every ground.
You probably have.
Yeah, in relation to not in relation to the new grounds, but at every one of the other grounds.
Yeah, we'll have. Yeah, I have.
So Higgy, you're right. You never had a 50 at Burnley. Your high score was 43. You didn't have a 50 at Enfield. You got 49.
Yeah, I remember that.
And you didn't get a 50 at Ramy. You got 46.
Yeah, I know I had a few 40s. My favourite squad used to call me Brian 40. So I used to get, lots of average 40s.
Like the Brian Four Eyes. It's good fun. Anything else, Brian, about any, the dressing room? And, we used to have a good laugh in that dressing room, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. I mean, I can't remember half the tales at Finesbrook. I can remember a Jack Hayes. You might have heard it. Jack Hayes, we decided to have a fun day, right, to make money on the Saturday. Well, we'd all been out for, I don't know why. We had to match on the Saturday, so we had the fun day. So he says to me, right, I want you to go on the coconut shy. I said, right, I'll go on. He's laughing over. He said, go on the coconut shy, right, this is what you do. You hit a coconut, you give him a coconut, so a bag of coconuts. Anyway, I've been on about, and I weren't feeling a bit wistful. This bloke come up, his wife, and he looked like a weightlifter, who about 6'3", muscles on muscles, 2 kids trailing behind him. She was there with handbag, picture the sea. So we borrowed this coconut shy off Lucas's. Frank Porter, when he won't committee down there, he borrowed this coconut shy for us. I get on, how much? I'm just going to make this up, 50p for 3, something like this, I can't remember. Anyway, he has a go, and they were going at 100 miles an hour, but nowhere near coconuts. Anyway, you hear whoosh, whoosh, it's like that. Anyway, he must have had about, he got the money, he must have had 4 quid's worth. And he says, hey, are them stuck on? I said, oh, wait, I'm not. So me, I toddles over, lifts them all up, as you do, one by one. No, they're not. I'm having one more do, and I'm like praying. I'm like, will you hit that bloody coke? Anyway, he manages, I don't know which one, he hit one. So I rushes over, gives him coconut, thanks very much, goes and puts another coconut back up. Anyway, Frank Porter's walking past about 10 minutes later. He's looking. He says, what's happened? I said, what's happened? What's it bloody coconut? I'll bloody give it him. He said, yeah, look, they're woodens. And I give him, seriously, I give him a wooden coconut, I put a reel in, back on top of thing. Anyway, so we had a bit of a tannoy system. on, he got a wooden coconut. I could just imagine him digging his teeth into it. You know, I thought, if he comes back, I'm getting clobbered here. You know, complete true story. And it made the Burnley Express at Christmas, right? Because it made it week after, because somebody split on me. And it got it Burnley Express. And it was in a quiz at Christmas, which player give a wooden coconut on their fun day?
Brilliant, Brian. Absolutely brilliant.
It's true, completely true. And
Yeah.
I mean, I might have to swear. Jack Hayes says, what we having on, what we doing? Anyway, he got all this organised. It was going really, really well. And they got a fortune teller just to make a, you know, we were on 50%. Wherever she took, we got 50%. So this fortune teller gets there. Anyway, she just started, and another fortune teller turned up, right? So Jack Hayes says to her, what's going on here? She says, why are you here? She said, well, I should have said, look, if you're any fucking good, you'd have known she were coming. So you can go. I'm not making it up. It's completely true. Loved him, Jack. Loved him.
There is, Brian, isn't there? There is almost, you know, and that's why your breed, your generation, we need to get, you know, the Jack Hayes stories down, you know, Stanny's granddad and my dad stories that were there.
Stanny's granddad was my dad's best mate.
And they're going back room on a Thursday night, every Thursday religiously, and go and put the world to right and sit in boiler room in winter.
Well, no, hang on. No, it weren't Stanley's dad. It was a bloke called George Stevenson, and I have to apologise there. It's a bloke called George. Yeah, they had Stevenson's memorials on Rosendale Road. It was not George Stevenson. He used to be the drinking partners. Yeah. Weren't Stanley's dad. I got mixed up.
Stanley's granddad was...
Granddad, sorry, I beg your pardon.
He was... I'll not forget, when we first started with the bonfires, I wasn't involved. I was probably only 10 or 12 or something, and my dad and Stanley's granddad used to go around in the morning and collect all the nails up from car park and take them home and use them again.
Unbelievable. I know Jack Hayes... he used to come up in his slippers. He had to light the bonfire. And we used to have it on the car park. Yeah. And there used to be a telegraph pole adjacent to where... we must have burnt that down 3 times. I know one year, all phones were off on Ford Hill Street. I'm again to Jack, look, wind's blowing that way. It'd be right. Anyway, what? Any telegraph pole? Honestly, I'm not joking.
He used to nearly fall in fire every year, didn't he? He'd light it it'd be full of petrol and other ridiculously explosive things.
He used to chuck it on. He could have set himself, burned himself to the ground, could you? He was brilliant, though. Brilliant. We once, I know I'm going off, I'll just tell this as a last story.
Brian,
Nothing to do with cricket. With a big do-on down Lowerhouse. You know what we're like, olden days. And I don't know why I was there. There were this couple, they looked like a bit well-to-do, Jess. So he's serving behind the bar, right? And he says, she said, I'd like a, what was it, a martini with a cherry. Right? So Cherry looks up, with this jar with one cherry in it on top shelf. I don't know how old it were, but it was old. So he gets on them, they have them like little swords. He puts it through the cherry, puts it on the glass. Anyway, who were waiting on? So she sucks it and leaves a glass there. So he says to this waiter, get that cherry. Go and get that cherry back. So, think about it. Drops it back in glass, right? Yeah, true. And he did it 3 times. Anyway, 4th time, she goes up, picks a little sword up with a cherry and eats it. Right? Jack says to her, "You bastard, you've eaten my cherry." Honest, no messing, no culture. And that well, he did have 4 dudes, honest. True. That's how we were. He were incredible. I loved him to me. He was incredible. Incredible.
Oh, yeah.
Laugh, unbelievable.
So funny. How was it then, Brian? I mean, I don't want to get into the serious side because these stories are so funny. How was it with because it was more of a social club than a cricket club, really, a lot of the time when you played?
Well, I suppose it were, but let's get it right. We enjoyed this cricket. I love the cricket. Love to play.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of characters. My area probably didn't take it as serious as it should have done. As I said, I think it changed with Gary Moorhouse when we started analysing stuff. You know better than I did. Didn't you start to analyse stuff and why did we do this? Could we not have done this better? Or it changed and rightly so. I mean, it's set up now. I mean, our training consisted of 3 times run, 3 times round ground, and that rate. That's all I did. And now knock up and that rate. I mean, it's great watching, you know, playing football now, you know, how they do with net and you warm up Jordan, out like that. Nobody ever, like, hit a ball to me and you know, it's great to watch. We've moved on, and rightly so.
They can never take them away, Brian, and that's why it's so good.
Well, I say I didn't win a carrot, but I played in a good area, and I know. I mean, I've said to myself, I might be blowing my own tongue. I got runs against some test bowlers. Right? I'm probably quite good. So they can't take that away. The bowls I played against, Madden, you know, I could go through a string of them. You can't take them away from yourself, can you? Really?
The bowlers you've named, Higgin, you know, Michael Holding, Dennis Lilly.
Lord, Neil. I mean, there were a bloke who played for South Africa, and they called him the General, and he was quick as I know. They called Grant. How do you play against him, Jez?
So what was his real name?
Grant. We called him the General because General Grant. He crawled. He was wide. He was wide as he were tall. Bloody hell, he was quick.
Who did he throw for?
I don't know his first name.
Who did he throw for?
Rottenstall.
Right. No, I can't remember him.
Yeah, well, Payne, you know, I mean, he was brilliant. He was a really good ball. I mean, he made it with Macmillan.
Yeah.
Ramy. And he just remember facing him. He opened bowling with 3 sweaters. We played him early on in season. He did 3 sweaters. I thought, this bloke won't be quick. Only took about 5 paces. Bloody hell, where I wrong. What a good knee were. You know, there's some good ones about.
Rudy Bryson were quick when he were at Ramy, weren't he? He was meant to be Ramy.
Yeah.
He was.
Probably did. I know there were a bloke at Enfield. Stan tells this tale better than me. We'd opened batting called Johnson. Enfield, I can't remember. He were quick. He were West Indian, right? And I'm batting. We're both batting, right? And they're coming off edge, handle, not going to hand, and we're about 20-1, and he's going really wind up. And Stan, I know Stan's talking to me, and it's probably what Stan used to do. He used to say, my mate said, like, you know, anyway, it's unbelievable. Anyway, I said, what have you said to him? Get myself prepared. We had a chat in the middle of the thing. He says to him, well, if you think we edge them, wait till, we crossback sloggers, wait till they come in, you know, something like that. I went blinking ballistic, absolutely ballistic. Son used to wind them up.
Crossback sloggers come in.
Going right back,
Right,
if it's bowling, I used to live near Arger Clough. I mean, I've not mentioned Mick Swift. He went to Burnley, but we learned on the 2 concrete pitches on Arger Clough Rectory. You used to buy a proper court ball, you know, that's how you get corky from. That's why I could never bat spinners, because you couldn't bowl slow. They used to bowl it, used to go ping. we learned to bat on there with no bat, and me and Mitchell and Bobby Enter, who went on to play for Lancashire, he'd be 4 or 5 years older than us, and he used to come play because he lived on Orgy Street,
Yeah.
near where. And they used to have wicket keepers, right? Wicket keepers. There'd be 2 wicket keepers. One had a coat, right, and one had like thin thing. So if he missed it with coat, walk with thin thing stopped it. You know, so we had to walk the other end. We'd only be about 12, something like that, 11 or 12. But we used to play for hours on there.
And
That's
Swift,
what
you
we
were there with you.
learned to play fast bowling, you know. Yeah. I mean, we opened quite a bit with Mick Swift, and he was a decent cricketer. But I think he came from, I think he went to Burnley, then come to us. Right? I'm not sure.
He was a good player.
Brian, that's been brilliant. Really interesting to listen to. So thank you for coming on and giving us your time. It's really appreciated.
No problem at all. I've enjoyed it.
Brian, that has been amazing.
Order! Send Morehouse to save the house.